been zoning, I've been zoning.
Alright, it's your boy DTV, Dodger TV, coming at you with another England Euro 2024 video out here. Ladies and gentlemen, we love the badge. Mwah. We're going to pick our lineups here for our first game against Serbia, our second game against Denmark, and our third one against Slovenia. And it's going to be pretty fun, so let's get cracking with the knacking and let's have a look, take a look at our group real. As you can see, there is 3 picks here. We have Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, and Ramsdale. Those are the 3 picked by Gareth Southgate. Did a little young boy from Burnley, Mr. Trafford, get a little unlucky there with the picks? Yes, in my opinion. Should have gone for experience, but still, we digress. Who starts? Of course, we know who starts. It's Jordan Pickford from the goalkeepers. On to the defence next for the lineup for Serbia. Here we go. So, here are the defenders here. I whacked Kyle Walker in there because he has played in a centre-back type role. So we have Kyle Walker, John Stones, Mark Guehi, Joe Gomez, Eric Konsa, and Lewis Dunk, who, by the way, Jared Branthwaite, where you B-boy? Mr. Southgate, you got that wrong, man. Dunk out, Branthwaite in, hashtag justice for Branthwaite. But if I'm going to pick a partnership here, John Stones obviously goes in there, and alongside him, it's a question of Guehi, Konsa, and maybe Gomez, maybe, I don't know. For me, it's Konsa and Guehi between those two. You can interchange them, but just going by the season, I think I'll go Konsa. I think Konsa's just a little bit, you know, they're like this, but Guehi and Konsa, but I just rate Konsa a little bit better, and I just think like he's going to work a little bit more alongside John Stones. So my centre-back pairing's going to be Konsa and Stones. Yeah, that sounds good. Other than midfield here, I don't know. As you can see, there's a couple of places here I've changed where the yellow is because they put them in as attackers. I don't personally see. Well, I see Eze there, but Foden, I like to see him more central, and for me, it's between you know, Bellingham and Foden for that temper. Well, that kind of temper. You know what I mean. That upper attacking midfield position. Obviously Rice goes. He's our number 6. People argue he should be playing like, you know, an 8. I agree, but in England we haven't really got a good 6, and Declan we know can do it and has done it in the past. Semi-final, final, you know. So Rice goes in the 6 for me. Alongside him, now you can have Mainu, you can have Wharton. For me, Wharton is going here for experience. I love the kid. Maybe he'll get a couple of minutes on a pitch throughout the competition, but he's not a starter. And he isn't on the bench for me either. He's like a utility player for me at the minute. You know, like that one if somebody, you know, gets injured when he comes in. So Wharton's off that for me. So Bellingham Rice is obviously Bellingham Rice. I pick Bellingham over Foden all day. I'm sorry. And if one's in that position, the other one can't play. In my opinion, I'm sorry. People are going to attack me in the comments for that. But if Bellingham plays, Foden can't. I'd rather have. We'll get on to the wingers, but I'd rather have a winger in a winging position. You know, I'd rather have a winger playing wing than Foden, who hasn't done very well for England in that wing position. I'd rather have him on the bench. He can play all along that front line, you know. So I'd rather have him on the bench to come in, come off, you know, do some work like 60 minutes, 50 minutes into the game, just smash, get a little bit, you know, hold the points down, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. So unfortunately, Foden gets the bench to me. He's an amazing one, better Premier League Young Player of the Year, I believe, or just Premier League Player of the Year, if I'm right. I think I'm right. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, mate. On the bench, it's just because I'm not gonna put him. I'm not gonna move him over there when we've got better players with a little bit more pace on that wing. You know. So Bellingham in 10, Rice in the 6. Next to Rice, you could have anybody really. So you could argue Bellingham in the, which I might do for one of the games. Bellingham down and put Foden above. But Rice. You could put, you know, I haven't really highlighted Trent, but Trent's an 8. He's coming as an 8 for me. Yeah, I think I'll go Rice, Trent. I'll think about it. We'll see how we get there when we get to the lineups. But right now, I'm thinking Trent. If not Trent, but it's probably Mainu or probably Eze or Gallagher. One of those two. But as I digress, we'll see when we get to the lineups. It's going to be an if and but one. I need to make my decision there for that one. On to the forwards and the wingers. So let's get the forwards out the way. Kane, Watkins, Tony. Kane goes in. Watkins off the bench. Tony off the bench. Depending on how they're feeling, how the game's feeling. If we just need to settle it down, I'll put a Tony on. If we need to get a point, we need to get a goal to get get the 2 points, get the win. I'm going to put Wally Watkins in there if Harry Kane's coming up, Watkins just more of a big-time player for me. But, that's just me being a bit more biased because I'm from the Black Country, Birmingham area. So, I just love Watkins. Kane, obviously. Obviously, Kane starts. Right, to the wingers. So here are the wingers. I've put Foden in there because he usually typically plays on the wing. I'm not going to pick him, so get that out your head right now, ladies and gentlemen in the chat. All you England fans out there who love Foden and say he's got to play, he's got to be at 11. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. That's the great thing. You look at France, they've got great freaking players. Like Saliba's not even going, But they have great players and they come off the bench and they do stuff. This is what Foden needs to be for us. He needs to be our superstar sub. Forget superstar, super sub. He's our superstar that comes off the bench and scares opponents in the dying embers of the game and gets something for us. That's what Foden is for us, I think, for England. That's what he is and that's what he should be doing. Not playing on the wing like a little, out of position. He's even said in interviews he prefers down the middle. And if I can't play him and down the middle and playing Bellingham there, in that like forward 10 position, 10 false 9, 10 position, I'm gonna have to put him on the bench because I'm not being funny. There's better players on the wing. For example, I'll put Cole Palmer to start for Serbia on the right. Maybe even Cole Palmer. Anthony Gordon, Mo. I'll probably start Gordon. It's a flip of a coin between Gordon and Palmer for me. I know Palmer's more right, but on the left side here, I'm gonna put Gordon or Palmer. On the right, Saka is just now that position down. He has done for years. Nobody's etching him out of there. Bring a Bowen on at 60 minutes, 70 minutes. Do something with the free kicks, the set pieces. Something like that. Give us something good to go with. Eze can play, plays on the wing as well. He can go in and out. He can play central. He can play wing. He's just that utility player to come off the bench. Eze does not start for me unless it's like, I don't know, maybe against Slovenia. Unless it's against Slovenia, I don't know. But Tony is there because he's played there before. Obviously, in his career, he's played on the wing. He'd be one of those players, if we need another attacker on, swap him out. He comes a bit more central when we're making attacking runs. But yeah, for me, it's Saka on the right and either Gordon or Palmer on the left. No arguments. But right, let's do it to the actual formation and how I think it's going to line up for Serbia. So let's do that now. This is my lineup. You can use that what they call QR code at the top if you want to go build your own one, and let me know how it is on Twitter at _DodgerTV on Twitter if you want to go do that, and let me know your teams, or let me know in the comment section down below. We've got Pickford in goal, Walker on the right, Trippier on the left. I mean, I didn't really do the wing backs. Don't really need to. It tells itself, We've brought maybe 3 decent wingers. One's not fit for the first game. So Walker goes right, Trippier goes left. Sure, that's another conversation, how fit he is. He's a bit of a problem for us in this competition. I don't know why I know why we brought him. We got lack of left backs, but I don't know why you bring a half fit. Sure, when you've got a fully fit Mitchell right there at home waiting to play. Is Mitchell? I think he's fit. Yeah, Konsa. I went with Konsa over Gahey. With Stones next to him on the right centre back. Again, Gahey and Konsa, it's one of them. I just prefer Konsa to Gahey. That's just how it is. That could be either way in anybody's squad. Rice is there. I'll put Alexander in the centre, a centre defensive mid position. Well, the 8. I'll put him in the 8, centre defensive mid. He's in the 8 next to Rice, who is the DM of this team for me. With Mainu coming off the bench. I'll even put the subs I put on there for him. All the people who just missed out being in the squad, just underneath the names for you guys. So your favourite, if you feel like your favourite missed out, there you go. Mainu comes on for Alexander-Arnold, and then Trent pushes back into that right back position. So you swap Mainu off for Walker. Trent pushes back to right back, so he can start doing that, flanking up the wing. Mainu can push a bit more forward, or even vice versa. Maybe Mainu comes on so Rice can push a bit more forward, up the pitch to get us a goal if we need it. Gordon, I went with Gordon on the left. I know, he's a flip of a coin, but Gordon goes there. Palmer comes on for him. Bowen comes on for Saka. Maybe after 60 minutes, I'm trying to give options here, guys, And then Kane up front. Watkins comes on if we need something off the bench. If we need someone to pull out something for us, That's the guy I'm picking, is Watkins off the bench. And then if Foden comes on for Bellingham, gives you that more freshness. He can just, you know, swing across that whole front line, go anywhere, any pocket he wants. He can just run like it's his playground, you know, like Foden does, getting the passes off, the runs, all that good stuff. You love Foden's creative play. And imagine that in the dying embers against a Serbia, or even in the later stages of a competition against like a Netherlands or an Italy. A fresh Foden comes on at 70 minutes and just runs ragged all across that defence. Oh, I'm telling you, it needs to happen. Forget this. This guy needs to get in there because he's this good. No. You need him off the bench. Even better, if you start Foden, Bellingham, just have him off the bench. You don't need to fit them both in there, where they can both do a decent job at half-time, swap them over. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my squad for Serbia. We'll move on to Denmark next. Obviously, all depending on how this first game goes. But this is what, in a perfect world, this is what I'd do. So against Denmark, as you can see, I've changed my team up a little bit. Not too much. But I got Pickford in the back. You know, the back line's pretty much the same. I'd give Shaw, like, I don't know, half, you know, up until the first half. Swap him out for a Joe Gomez or a Kieran Trippier. But, you know, I can't honestly just, you know, just rest him. He isn't going to be fully fit, but he's going to be fit. Apparently, he's going to be fit for the second game. You get him out there, get him his minutes off the bat. 45, take him off, half-time, swip him out. Put in a Trippier, put in a Joe Gomez, who has played on my left side. You know, Rice pairs up with Bellingham in this. I want to try that. You know, because Denmark's probably going to be our toughest one. And I'm like, maybe we try Bellingham in an 8 here, you know. Foden up in front of him. Saka doesn't change. Palmer comes in for Gordon. Kane stays the same. There you go. And in our final game of the group stages, that's going to push us through and say, mwah, it's coming home, baby mo's knockout stages. This is a team for Slovenia. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Konsa, Trippier, because I just feel like Shaw isn't. Get him some minutes, but ease him in the group stage. You know what I mean? If he's going to be good and have a good performance, we ease him in still. Like we start him in the Denmark game, we bring him off half time. This one, we reverse that. We bring off Trippier half time, and we push, you know, Shaw on instead. Get him his minutes in, get him used to the game, get him his fitness up. You know what I mean? Because I think Slovenia's going to be a walk in the park. See, mate, you watch me eat my own words, and I think Slovenia's going to be the easiest game of our group stages. So you get him in there to let, you know, get his feet going, get his legs going, get his fitness up a bit more in and outside the train. I got Mainu next to Rice because I think this kid needs to start at least one game of the group stages because he ain't going to get much more minutes going forward unless he's playing really well. Alexander, I've got off the bench for him. Same with Walker. You know, you can just switch it up whichever way you want, you know what I mean? Because, you know, Walker could always fit into that DM role instead of Alexander, or, you know, vice versa, you know, right, but, you know, put Walker on, take Walker off, put Alexander Arnold on him right back, he'll still push up, so Mainu gets that position to push up as well on the pitch. Bellingham there instead of Foden again, it could be either way. Obviously, I might change that. It all depends on form, right? But I might even change that for something to put Foden on and have Bellingham rest the last game of the group stage just to, you know, have a bit more energy for the knockout rounds. Gordon goes in again over Palmer. Again, this position here, that left wing right there, it's honestly, it's whoever plays better. If Gordon's playing better, if Palmer's looking good, you know, you swap them out, you start either or. For me, Saka, and then Bowen comes on. Bowen is a great utility player, you know. Gives Saka that bit of a rest, but he's so good. He can do everything: set pieces, passes, tackles, crosses, defensive. He's even good, you know. Bowen's good at running back as well. A lot of people don't seem to notice that. He's good at his runs going back and helping him with defence. He can put a cross in. He can cut on the inside, and we've all seen his free kicks. Oh, daddy, yeah. But then we've got Kane, of course. You know. Honestly, depending on how we are here, if we're already through, depending on the other fixtures going, I say like Denmark and Serbia draw, and say we demolish Denmark and we demolish, you know, Serbia in our first game, and we're like, you know, 3 points clear. We don't, maybe 4 points clear. We don't need to play this one really. I would put Watkins out there, rest Kane, and bring Kane on in like the 70th minute, just so Watkins gets a bit more, you know, fitness and a bit more, you know, passion and energy to want to push for that position and want to make himself a name, you know, starting him off, giving him a little bit more confidence over, you know, starting over Kane at the last group stage. Maybe do that. But yeah, that's the teams. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what yours would be in the comment section down below. Is it coming home? Mwah! You're damn right it's coming home!